Okay, so I'm going to do a tutorial on lighting now. This is just a continue from the last video, which was skin retouch, so just duplicate the file and name it lighting. Sorry about that, that happens a lot. So I'll call it lighting. And I'm just going to go to image adjustments and go on curves. This is how I usually start off, and I just like bring it up a little bit and get it to a point where it's not too overexposed but comfortable. And I really just mess around with the lighting and stuff. I don't have a technique. I'll just go to levels and I'll just like put some shadows so it like makes some contrast and just mess around in there. There's nothing like fact of doing it. Just with levels, you best mess around and get it to a point where you like. So I'm happy with that. It's very contrasty and sharp. Now I'll go to hue and saturation, and I'm just gonna go on yellows and turn down the saturation because my hair was very golden before, as you can see, so I like it to be very subtle. And same with blues, just pull it up a little bit so the eyes stand out more. As you can see. So now I'm just going to go on colour balance and mess around in there and get to a nice tone I like. I usually go for very bluey tones, I think they look the best. So yeah, I'm just seeing what I like. I never do something over the top, just really like small amounts. I think that's quite nice. You want to make sure the lighting still looks quite natural, and if you're going to do colour, don't go over the top. I'm just going to mess around, see if there's anything else I can do to it. If not, then just keep it as it is. I'm happy with it anyway, so. As you can see, there's a massive difference now, especially with shadows and stuff. And it really brings out my face. Okay, so make another layer, and we're gonna do darkness now in the background, just like so it brings me as a focal point out. I usually like to do this, and just make sure the opacity turned down really bad because you don't want it to go over the top, and just select the background. Like if you want to make the back, like your foreground stand out more, like just do that. And then I'm just going to turn the opacity down so it's not ridiculously over the top or anything, and just go on to layers and overlay, and it will look like that, so it looks kind of, it doesn't look so put in. And just turn it down to a point where you like it. So that's what we have so far. Okay, so now this is going to be color. So I like to put a little tone like through my images to give it like a little bit more of a vintage kind of theme. So I'm just going to pick out a color that I like and just basically paint over. So I get paint bucket and I just select around the image, and then I'll go to pin light. It's kind of like, I don't really like that, it's too, it just gives it kind of a vintagey kind of, so I'll just change the colour. I like that, and then I just turn it down and get it to a nice point where it's not so obvious. Okay, so basically I just masked it, and you can see the foreground is black and the background is white, and foreground basically like gets it back to its original. So just like really lightly with the opacity turn it down and just select over areas that you don't want the colour to be around. So as you can see, I'm just doing like on my face and the front of the image. just make sure like I lightly go across my hair. You don't want to like get spots of pink, like as you can see there's still little bits that I haven't like gone off like on the hair and stuff, but I will do that. It might right now look so over the top, but I am tuning it down. Now it does look really like out of place. There's a big patch of purple and I'm still like natural colours. So I will mess around with, let's go to adjustments, go to colour balance, and I'm just going to mess around with the tone just to get it matching the background so I don't look so like out of place. That was what it was like before, and now you can see it's more blending. I really like that. It's best to match a lot of bluey tones if you're going to do pinks or purple. And I like this kind of milky kind of tones in my images. Makes everything look really soft. Okay, so I just turn that down. As you can see, it looks really blending in now. The image looks like it's supposed to be like that. Okay, so I'm going to go hue and saturation and just turn down anything that's too bold, just so it's the colour is very dim. It just creates this very milky tone, which I really like. You can see there's a massive difference now. It was very yellowy before, and now it's really like the tones are like very dim. Okay, so that's basically it. Just this is lighting and colour, and I tend to use this a lot in my images. I find like it gives my pictures so much more difference and stuff. So the next lesson will be on makeup, like if you want to learn how to do makeup with Photoshop, or like just a subtle way of doing it, and also liquify as well if you want to like bring things in. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I hope it helped. Any questions, just leave them in the comments. And if anything you want to learn, same, just leave it in the comments and I'll try and cover them later. Thanks.